I want to take a moment and emphasize the ridiculous nature of licensed games. From food products to films, I am wholly satisfied in what the research brought in the production of this video. Advergames, in the slang terminology, existing only to promote a product, franchise, or service. The array of quality falls in the gamut of average to absolutely horrible, but I found some more obscure titles, not inherently terrible, to the point of fascination of its existence rather than its gameplay. I became dumbfounded when I learned about Taco Bell's Tasty Temple Challenge. Quite the fascinating implementation of a marketing stunt. Game was entirely free, and the graphics are consistent with the early games such as Elder Scrolls Arena and Daggerfall, comparable in graphics and even gameplay. However, this game truly appears functional. Only thing I find off-putting is the lack of music, but full embrace of the sound effect. And I'm thankful games such as Minecraft and even Breath of the Wild, followed by Tears of the Kingdom, implement an atmospheric tone, one that solidifies between gameplay and cohesion of the design behind it. Crunchling adventure? But what I can admire is the attention of pixel art detail. As a pixel artist, I'm really into the backdrop imitating the internals and circuitry of motherboard and hardware interior. But the game looks playable from my interpretation. I'm easily turned off by this theme music. Land ho! If the voiceover doesn't deter you from the beginning. My tastes are specific. Advertising needs to carry a heavy impression in order to fulfill any attention, and this is no exception. But how did I go these various years? How did it take till 2025 for me to learn about Gotham City imposters? I do appreciate DC likes to be more adult-oriented, playing it less safe than Marvel does, and for that they have my admiration. But this game looks absolutely addicting. I'm barely seeing gameplay, and this trailer already has me hyped. That there is an achievement. Here is an example I assumed by visuals alone was a shovelware title for Wii U. Although the Burger King toys released in the same era, this game dates back into 2001, so utilizing the Phantom Menace characters and before. So yes, it predates the actual figures. I would have guessed these coincided on the same plane of existence, and even on the same console. The gameplay is naturally what's expected when doing a kart racer comparable to Super Mario Kart. Darth Maul prominently features on the box art, as ironically, he's the most fascinating character from the first movie. In my skeptical awareness, I theorized this was a foreshadowing to the amount of shovelware on the Wii, the prominent example of seeking out diamonds in the rough. Here is a licensed game that attains my full admiration. The design, concept, and sequencing of Star Wars with the game of chess comes together in surprising detail. Even the intro features the story around the game itself set within the Star Wars universe. I'm thankful it's a better turnout than the holiday special. The level of ridiculousness achieved here can only be appreciated. John Williams composes the Star Wars films, as well as Harry Potter, Philosopher's Stone being famous for its chessboard sequence. There are fatalities in this game by individual characters in surprising pixelated detail, yet the violence manages to be more detailed in comparison to the PG film released in 2000. The existential what-if scenarios, films, games, television shows. Rarely ever is the first draft the final piece. But here is an example I admire for coming to fruition. Warpath Jurassic Park. I tell people this exists. A fighting game between the dinosaur species established in the Jurassic Park films, released on PlayStation 1. It even goes the extra mile of containing blood. Far more than we actually see in the films portrayed. I'm fully aware Jurassic World went through multiple revisions before finally settling on its release. But this interpretation, this rendition, achieves an entertainment value I can't find elsewhere. Heck, most people compare it closely to Primal Rage, as it is the most similar in concept. On the aftermarket, this game is not cheap, but an entertaining piece of the past. An example I'm not even sure was advertised. Perhaps it doesn't reach the magnitude of games of the same era, such as Bloody Roar, but a fascinating piece of memorabilia within the Jurassic Park franchise. My celibacy puts me on the opposing side of this game. Upon research, this is my only finding I wish I had never come across. I admit I've never played a dating simulator. This is perhaps the worst example possible. A definitive shovelware example plaguing Nintendo's 5th console. Many reality shows fail any form of engagement, primarily for the viewer. I wouldn't expect this game to be any different. I have actual empathy and connection for the villagers that make up Animal Crossing. Multiple coded, but differing personalities, with fine-tuned development between NPCs. Have I awakened the appetite of your own personality? To satiate your craving, quell your satisfaction with the videos linked here, a playlist loaded with gamer content. I explore beyond the subject, running the gamut of my wholehearted love for Zootopia and my everlasting favor for Bionicle. This trio of playlists are linked below. Thank you for your part in this rated exploited endeavor.